I told him if I faint. Yes. Start time.
Right? So, we got about 10 minutes. Type one. That's another thing we've got to do programs. Again, for B2C world, so you live and die by it's marketing price. That's the focus. There's no focus on marketing. Give me a lead and sell something.
Exactly. Well,
Let's convert. We're gonna focus on convert. They do these. There's clever CP webinars. A bunch of people sign up for them. Like a big audience. I get 100 people. So it's just a week. We got I had a great session on my first day where
Kevin, is this running? Do you need to start it or break out?
Start it right now.
by micro vertical. So it's you drywall work plumbers. You know, really get super specific with the language messaging is targeted to certain people that are using drywall for very specific to those people. And you surround them with display ads, calls, all the channels. And so I'm gonna put that together on the back. We got some great ad prompts. Used to take weeks to do that, now it's an hour. So that'll help us with the webinars. But John and I are gonna work with it.
Okay.
We're gonna pick one or two and just start small. Let's get focused. Told John, let's get to a routine. Let's get some people are stable, they're happier, things like that. Can't be on the big. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Well, it's like the communication side. Well, nobody knows what's going on. So that's, my style is like everybody. So the reason it's good is, okay, we're focusing on drywall and HVAC for the next 6 months. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's our plan. Here's our messaging. Here's what you're involved with, your responsible role. Let's get to a rhythm, check that. And it's just, I do see, like, I see glimmers, like I said, it's not the good positive side. I don't want to
no. Don't worry. What are you going to say? I probably got it.
yeah, I mean, I see glimmers of like, okay, that's the right, I see the right thing. I see the right thing here. It's just not good.
Yes, you're all good with that?
It's her. I can't even sales at all. Consultant yourself. No sales at all. So straight up both those to me, it's the same department. I don't break it out. I can't think of it here. An accounting firm, so they really focused on it. She's doing a good job. Thoughtful accountants. Thousand people follow some social accounts. Like, this is a product. Cool. It's, I make sure she has a part in that. Like, obviously, allocate tons of money. Big stuff. Hey, Stacey.
Hello.
But he had the natural people.
We were able to.
Good curry.
Okay, let's pull Susie.
Hey,
We're on that's right. Huge win. Get even one or two.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to Future-Proofing Construction Through Smarter Finances. So welcome. My name is Charlie with Jerry Becker from Monster Consulting, and I am the CRE Practice Manager, or also known at the company, also known as Urban Cats, doing everything on that nature. And also we have with us Mr. Kevin Da Vinci, who is the head of product with our Anywhere apps. Today's course is looking in classes looking at future proofing, construction through smarter finances and project management. So before we go any further, do we have any Sage 100 contractor users, Sage 300 CRB users in here? Any Sage Intact? So we got a few, okay? So we're gonna have a mixture of talking about this exactly Sage 300, what is the Sage 100 contractor, what's available in Sage 300, as well as dealing with the product known as Anywhere apps. 21 apps in the Intact marketplace. So if you go out to Intact marketplace, you can find Anywhere apps. You will find out there are quite a few apps that integrate with Sage Intact. Okay. Learning objectives. So some of the things that we want to cover this afternoon. Being able to see how we can improve our workflows and some of the items in the Anywhere apps that we're able to go through and boost profitability and forecasting, as well as improving cash flow and getting paid faster, enhanced field productivity, as well as job tracking and optimizing labor and resource allocation. So before we go through some of that, construction industry, all those of the construction industry in CRE. So from 2001 to 2023, and you guys love having interactive class, I'm a former student teacher. So does anybody know what percentage of contractors fail in the first 3 years of doing business? Anyone? Oh yeah, we got some swag too, so if you answer this question, there will be some free swag.
30%.
Over 50% of contractors fail within the first 3 years of going into business. So a partner of Sage known as Dixie Busy did a survey, and they did have the labor bureau statistics, 69,296 contractors in America since 2001. Over 50% of those contractors have failed. Since then, 83% of contractors have failed since 2001 to 2023. That means the contractor that started back in 2001, only 17% of those contractors are still in business to this day. The question is why? Does anybody know why? Why? Cash flow, I heard that one. What else? What is another reason why contractors fail?
Inability management.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Failure to track the data. A lot, especially when starting contractors first start off, majority of us, you all start off on a little software called QuickBooks. Oh, yes, the cookie books. Everybody knows when you especially look at committed costs. Yes, committed costs. We start off 1 month, the project's over, nobody's out there working, everything's wrapped up, timed up, everything's great. And all of a sudden, we're looking at, we have 15% profitability. Wow, that's great. But then the next month, we get some invoices in the door. 15% drops down to 10%. Then the next month, because we're starting to get invoices coming in or payouts coming in the door, and we start finding out that profitability starts dwindling down further and further and further. But the problem is, we decided to keep this decision off of 15% profitability. And everyone in here who's all lost money on a project? Don't feel good because one project can cost a company. So the failure to track data is the #1 reason why a lot of contractors fail. Well, let's talk about what's happening in the industry. As of 2021, since 2016 to be in fact, Sage holds 21% of the market space in construction. So when you talk about construction accounting, Sage holds 21% of that market space. So 1 out of 5 contractors in America is using a Sage accounting solution. Sage Intacct, Construction, Sage 300 CRE, formerly known as Gemini, Sage 100 Contractor, formerly known as Masterwork. So 1 out of 5 contractors is using a Sage product. Now, some of the tools I'm going to work on the legacy side of the house, and then I'm going to turn it over to Kevin to talk about Sage Intacct. Sage 100 alone has well over 1,200 reports, and of those 1,200 reports, around 900 of them deal with projects alone. So there's some type of tools and reports within the system to help contractors to actually track profitability, track the cost, how much is it going to cost me to produce X amount of revenue, what is my burden rate, being able to track the labor burden. And so these reports within Sage 100 contractors, such as the job summary report, the current cost summary reports, the buyout report, which is one of my favorites, especially if you're struggling with cash flow. You can take and say, hey, how much cash do we need to finish out this project? So you can use cash buyout report. Does anybody currently use buyout reports? Buyout reports are a great thing to use because it says, hey, we're struggling with cash, keeping cash in. How much cash do we need on hand today in order to finish out this project? You can take that cash buyout report, put a percentage of profit and overhead onto it, go to the owner or to the contractor and say, X amount of dollars, if you give us this amount of cash, we'll finish out this project. Bonding report, anybody does bonding? Sage is known for its bonding reports in Sage 100 Contractor and Sage 300. So there are reports in the system, especially in Sage 100 Contractor. Now we've heard all the news that Sage 100 Contractor is going to the cloud. So it is a product that will allow contractors to be able to track their costs and their revenue, to stay ahead of that cost, especially if we're doing progress billing. We don't want to incur the cost. We have material, we have labor, we may have subcontractors, we may have equipment. We're tracking all of this cost. And we want to make sure that that cost is put out to the project and billed out correctly. And guess what? We're going to be the ones incurring that cost for that particular billing cycle. Such tools in 100, we can track budgets, we can do cost to complete, hours to complete, how much is it going to cost me to finish out this project. And as well as you have document control, where you can go out and track your RFIs, your submittals, your transmittals, and your daily field reports. Here's some examples of Sage 100 Contractor and some of the reporting tools that are within the system. You have your job billing summary, your cost to complete, your bonding report, as well as a buyout. Some of the tools that are able to go contractors, they will use the Sage 100 Contractor to track budgets. This is how much our original estimate is, and then able to take that estimate and be able to track the cost against that estimate to have efficient job costing. Because especially if we're doing a project that is very similar, I will be able to go back and run historical job costing and be able to track exactly how much it costs to do this particular project, along with those change orders. Cost to complete as well as hours to complete. Okay? Sage 300, formerly known as Timberline. A very, very powerful system, been in the market for roughly around the last 40 to 50 years. Sage 300 has well over 1,500 reports that are structured for job costs. You're able to run the cost to complete or job cost report as a specific date. So you're able to take a snapshot of time and be able to run a particular report of job costs to see exactly how much cost being incurred in a particular period, as well as a cost summary report. Sage 300 also has a buyout report, where you're able to go in and check out these particular tools within the system to keep your project within the scope and within budget. Because the last thing you want to do is have your project go without a budget, because then you're losing money on the project. You lose a lot of money on the project, then guess what? We become part of that 83% of contractors that failed between 2001 and 2023. As well as looking at the WIP schedule. Certain softwares are not able to track WIP. When you talk about WIP, there's two types of WIPs. You have a manufacturing WIP, which is known as work in process. It's such an assembly line, taking a part from point A to point B, point C, on down to assembly. Then you have what is known as the WIP bus in construction, known as work in progress. So even every accounting system has a different type of, and yes, it says WIP, but does not mean that it's necessarily construction WIP, which is a work in progress. Sage's products, Sage 300, Sage 100 Contractor, look at Sage Intacct, are designed to track a work in progress. Sage Intacct Construction are designed to track your work in progress, as well as cash requirements. In the Sage 300, we're also able to do some things called miscellaneous worksheets, where we can do a cost to complete. Some of the reports that are within 300, very powerful system, being able to run our job cost reports at a specific date, being able to track costs in a particular period, job to date, month to date, quarter to date, even year to date, as well as some of our cost summaries. Able to also look at our job cost WIP as a specific date, taking a snapshot in time, looking at what my original estimate is, my original contract amount, plus those change orders, those potential change orders, and those even subcontract and purchase order change orders. And then as well as having a buyout report. Now some of these tools, as those that are on Sage 300 or Sage Intacct, I want to do a cost to complete. I want to be able to do, production units. I want to do planning and scheduling, even the CRM system. Well, this is where Sage Anywhere Apps comes into, or Anywhere Apps with Sage Intacct comes into play. And Kevin and his team have designed a few apps that will fill in some of the gaps that the Sage 300, the Sage 100 contract users are kind of still looking for, that they're using on a day-to-day basis to run their business, that were not found in Sage Intacct. So Kevin, turn it over to Kevin, and he's going to start talking about the Anywhere apps and how those gaps are bridged. Anybody have any questions on 100, 300? All right, Kevin is on you.
Thank you. All right, so, so this here. So why should we choose Sage Intacct? And let's talk about Anywhere apps and how they can help you move to Sage Intacct and address your expectations even further with Anywhere apps. So before I dive into it, so we have to say. So we have to have also a little fun section. So we're going to ask you questions as well at the end of this session. We have really beautiful Curve Consulting t-shirts and shirts that we'd like to give away for those who answer questions correct. So please, just pay attention when we ask questions at the end, and we'd like to give away those t-shirts that we brought here. Alright, so Anywhere apps fundamentally are standalone business software systems that we integrate with Sage Intacct. And the goal is to help you further your Sage experience, enforce your Sage experience, make it better. That's the idea. So when we look at the Sage Anywhere apps in general, we have more than 20 systems. Right now we have 21 different Anywhere apps we designed fundamentally to address Sage Intacct and other Sage ERP systems to complete and address your requirements. Today I'll talk about some of them, and we have a booth also in the expo, booth number 2. If you'd like to have a demo, if you have more questions that you'd like to discuss, so we And Ubuntu, you are more than welcome to come visit us and we can perform a demo as well. Alright, so let's dive deeper into the Anywhere apps. So you see some of them listed here on the presentation slide. I'll talk in a little detail about what they do, how they complement Sage Intacct, and how actually they are flexible to address your business requirements. We are in the business of customer acquisition and customer retention. Same thing in construction, we need to keep our customers happy, at the same time we need to get new customers in the marketplace. So that requires a powerful sales and marketing operation. That is why we are offering CRM Anywhere. That is an AI-powered customer relationship management system. Fundamentally, it is a sales and marketing system, all in one. It's easy to use, it's integrated with Sage Intacct, and it helps you perform your sales and marketing activities in a streamlined fashion, integrated with Sage Intacct. That's how it is. So let's talk about some of its features and benefits. Any of you use any CRM system currently? Sales, marketing, email? Okay. Alright, so if you are using some of those CRM systems in the market, you can make some comparisons. If you haven't done so, this is a good time to get familiar with the CRM system and ask questions. In the CRM Anywhere, you can manage sales and marketing operations. You can manage your contacts. Contacts may be your prospects, your customers, maybe your partners, referral partners. You can record all of them in the system. And you can pull their information anytime that you like, their name, their contact information. Also, you can do segmentation. Some of them may be a gold level prospect or customer. Some of them may be hot leads. So you can make all these segmentations in the CRM Anywhere very easily. If you already have a ready-made prospect list in a CSV file, Excel file, you can upload it easily. So you can use your current information. And once you have this information in place, meaning your contacts, you can manage your sales pipeline. So you have opportunities that you are following, you have projects that you bid for, and all these have a certain steps that you follow. So all these steps that you are in, you can manage in the sales pipeline available in the CRM Anywhere. Furthermore, you can also manage your marketing communication activities on the system. For example, you can send emails. In an email blast number, thousands of emails can be sent from the system. If you have a dedicated email address, it can be linked to the CRM Anywhere. That is also available. You can also manage your social media accounts. How many of you have a social media account currently using actively? LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, right? So one of the advantages is you can manage multiple social media accounts on one screen in a centralized manner. Not only you can post your social media postings, you can also schedule them. So let's say you can sit down today, prepare your post, and you can schedule it for next week. Also, system comes with AI agent, so it will also give you ideas in terms of what type of copy, what type of text content you can use. It gives you 3, 4, or 5 different options that you can pick from. So you don't have to spend so much time on what to post on social media. It gives some ideas. You can also manage your websites. So typically websites are a separate business that you see in the marketplace. You use something like Wix, Duda, or similar systems. In our CRM system, it's ready-made, and you can create your websites on the system. You can create your funnels on the CRM system, and the system hosts it. All you need to do is design it, drag and drop, and link it to your domain. So very easy to operate. Also, you can manage your telemarketing activities. It comes with AI capabilities. So with the AI agent available in the system, the software makes phone calls and address phone calls, answer phone calls when the call comes. So we dedicate a phone number for your organization. If you have an existing number, you can nest it, and you can perform telemarketing as well as SMS text messaging too. So if you have a list of customers that you already have, or if you are collecting information, when the time comes, with their permission, of course, you can send SMS text messaging as well to their phone. SMS text messaging is very popular nowadays. It is not as cluttered as email. So customers they tend to read and answer those messages in general. And all this comes with a mobile application. So you can also perform email blasting, SMS text messaging, contact management in the native mobile application linked to your Sage email system. Is there any questions so far? Okay, so at the end of this session, we're gonna have 5 to 10 minutes Q&A, and also we're gonna have the, we also ask questions and also hand out our t-shirts as well. So if you have questions, you can ask anytime, and you can hold them and ask at the end during the Q&A session. Alright, so speaking of the CRM area, we also have a promotion going on. We have 60 days free trial, free use for the CRM area. If you scan the code, it will take you to a website, and you can just fill the form. No credit card is needed, no commitment. You just basically fill up the form, enter your information. They'll send you a login information, and you can just start using the system. It's simple. We have the same flyer available on our booth, so you can see that as well. Also, they'll be able to perform a demo for you on our booth, booth number 2, if you like. Alright, great. So another area I'd like to talk about is called contract management anyway. That's an AI-powered contract management system. As we all know, contract management is hard. It is also very important because contracts dictate the commercial terms, whether for vendor contracts or customer contracts. It basically designs the framework how we will run business together as a supplier or vendor. So it's important, at the same time, it's difficult. That's why we designed the contract management anywhere. It is designed to help you create, communicate, and deliver your contracts, whether it's a customer contract or a supplier contract. It comes with templates that you can update with drag and drop environment, and you can send the contract to your customer, vendor. It has a workflow, so there may be a back and forth for any changes. This back and forth request and change is also recorded in the system, so you'll know how this contract was born. Once you create the contract, both sides are development, then you can also sign the contract in terms of our system. And it has a repository that you can pull anytime to see what was agreed about. The system comes with a vendor portal and a customer portal. So you can also manage vendors and customers on a separate portal linked to Sage Intacct as well. Reported as ready in the contract management. System also comes with AI-powered bot that you can talk to about, ask for details, say what was my contract idea. You can just spell it out and it'll bring it to your screen. It's just like a conversational AI in a way that we designed. Very powerful system, yet easy to use, and one of its advantages is not only for suppliers, it's also good for customer contracts. APS anywhere. APS stands for Advanced Production Planning System, and it is designed for project planning. So any construction project that you put together requires man, machine, material, a budget, right? You need to be in the time frame. The timing is very important. Yet we have a budget constraint. We need to perform the job within the agreed upon budget. So this system helps you put together man, machine, and material, and you can have a project planning created based on your resources. Furthermore, it comes with sessions and simulations available. Meaning you can run multiple simulations in the system. Hey, what if I change the shift? What if I change the material? What if I change the vendor? What's going to be the outcome? Without it happens, you can see on the screen how it's going to be the outcome. So that will help you basically do project planning accordingly. It's a very powerful system. It's also very flexible. So based on your requirements, it can be configured and you can use it as you wish. Let's talk about asset management anyway. So this system is a maintenance management system fundamentally. So any of you, if you have equipment, machinery that you are using for your projects that you need to maintain from time to time, that's what it is for. You can also manage your properties and buildings. So where are the buildings? You don't have to own the assets. That's the difference from the financial point of view. This is more operational. So it's all about managing the asset, tracking the asset, and maintaining the asset. And it comes with a work order creation engine in it. So in the system, you can manage your machinery equipment, you can manage your buildings, properties. Also, you can manage your equipment. So if you are managing properties, real estate perhaps, you can register them in the system. If you rent them out, you can manage them accordingly in the system, and each unit registered in the system can also be maintained. That's one scenario. Another scenario would be if you have machinery and equipment that you have in your possession that you use for your projects, at the same time it needs to be maintained. The system helps you track the equipment and machinery and helps you manage preventive, predictive maintenance with the help of work order creation. Very powerful system, also configurable. In the system also you can manage it as a maintenance request engine, meaning you can just request maintenance of an equipment, of a building, of a unit as your asset, and then it can create an automatic work order for maintenance purposes. Another one that I like to talk about is quality assurance anywhere. The reason there is an asterisk similar to asset management anywhere and quality assurance anywhere, they are listed in Sage Intacct Marketplace. You can put them and see the details as well. Others that we talk about, not yet on the Sage Intacct Marketplace yet, they are on the pipeline, so they're going to be on the marketplace shortly. Quality assurance anywhere is designed for compliance and quality management purposes. Typical example from construction industry is OSHA compliance. So any report that you need to keep track of for OSHA purposes, you can create on quality assurance anywhere. You can also manage your documents such as training documents and retraining documents. All these records in different versions can be kept in the system. You can also perform risk analysis in the system as well. Any type of this operational risk, project risk can be performed and recorded in the system. One of the advantages of quality assurance anywhere is it's a no-code system, meaning any information that you need to put in the system, say for audits or let's say for quality control purposes that you need to fill and keep track of, you can create it yourself with drag and drop. You don't need a software engineer for it or a developer. Once you train you can create your own forms with drag and drop, and you'll keep the record of it. The original document, original form, compliance form, as well as versions also will be available on the system. It's a true cloud system, similar to Sage Intacct. All of our systems actually are cloud, and you can access from anywhere that you are, from your workplace. If you're in transit, not a problem. You can access it with your username, password, and two-factor authentication. Okay, so let's talk about workflow in a little bit. Each business has different business processes, unique. So, anytime that you need to digitize and automate the business process that you have, you can use workflow anywhere. The system comes with different portals, and when you look at the business process, it comes in two parts. The first part is the form, where you collect data, and the second part is the workflow, where this data will go, what's going to be the next step. You can manage all these in the system. And it's a drag and drop environment that you can manage your workflow, you can also manage your documents. Also, the system comes with an OCR engine to automate any document-based processes, getting orders, contracts via email or paper-based that you need to scan. The system also captures it and put it on the repository for data retrieval. It's a powerful system to digitize and automate business processes into Sage Intacct. This is also listed in Sage Intacct Marketplace. And let's talk about data sync a little bit. It is designed to pull and push data from to Sage Intacct. So you may have existing data tables that you have in your possession that you are moving to Sage Intacct. Data sync will help you move these data sets into Sage Intacct seamlessly. If you have data in Sage Intacct that you like to move, take out, it is also helpful for that as well. So that's something that also be created to make it easy to move to Sage Intacct whenever our clients or any Sage customer is ready to move. Alright, so any questions so far? I know we showed you a lot of things in such a short time, and as I said, we can always continue this conversation at our booth number 2, but since we are all here, we don't hear from you any questions so far. Before we ask the questions, then we have any t-shirts, of course. Any questions about CRM, for example? Yes, please.
So, does it tie to the project
mentioned in Sage Intacct so that you can track your projects in the CRM and
Yes.
potential projects, and then they flow?
Yes, correct. So we have a foundation integration model that we pull the Sage customers from the Sage Intacct and run the interaction with within the CRM. Any other integration model that you like, for example, project management or project type CRM processes also can be expanded into that type of scope as well. So we have capabilities to integrate any that you like to. But project management is important for construction because that's mostly project costing and project by project, that's how the business runs in general. So that's something very important that we can address on CRM anyway. Also, as a follow-up, let's also remember that Curve Consulting Cherrybaker, we have the best of both worlds, right? So we are top 5 award of Sage, Sage Intacct and other Sage products as Kenton mentioned earlier, in and out. In addition, we have Anywhere Apps to further your Sage experience. So we can address any type of requirement between both product suites. There's another question. Yes, please.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, do these apps integrate at all with Sage Construction Management or just directly with Sage Intacct?
So Sage Construction Management, you mean within the Intacct or others? You mean just for Intacct or other Sage products?
For Intacct.
Intacct.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So right now we tied to the finance of the Sage Intacct. The other construction and other modules also mark on that as well. So that's coming up. Any other questions?
I got one.
Okay.
I'm a contractor. Can I do cost and fees?
Well, the question is, as a contract closed at Sage 3100, and you're looking to do a cost to complete, because as a project manager, I want to be able to figure out how much is it going to cost me. If I'm using Sage Intacct, how much is it going to cost me to complete on this project? So can I do cost to complete using any of your apps?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Any of them can be configured that way. So that's good. There's a question I saw. Your question? No questions? Okay. Any other questions? Questions maybe about CRM, maybe about asset management, maybe about compliance, OSHA compliance management. Workflow, any questions? Yeah, any questions you have about it. And we know that we show you a lot in such a short time. We can always demo it.
Can workflow be used in the field?
Yes, so there is a mobile app available. So let's say you like to perform audits or inspections, for example, at the job site. You can use the mobile app to perform any tasking. So that's also the case for workflow anywhere. Absolutely. Thank you for the question. Any other questions? Yeah, this is very good. So one of the questions that we always get is actually about the CRM anywhere is if there is a limit, how many contacts you can keep. And the answer is there is no limit. We are offering unlimited number of contacts to be managed on CRM anywhere. That's pretty unique. So when you look at the CRM ecosystem in general, there's always a limit or there's a range or brackets. So when you go up, it's because when you perform marketing, you have a certain universe, right? So you have to have as many leads as possible as your universe. So typical practice in CRM marketing is the more leads or contacts that you have, you get charged up, you pay more. In our case, we don't have such limit. We like to encourage you to have as many leads as you like. So you can put as many leads as you like, prospects, customers, to CRM anywhere. We won't charge you up. You can keep thousands, hundreds of thousands of leads. So that gives you flexibility from a marketing point of view. So you don't have to worry about cost, or how many leads am I going to have, it's going to cost me more. No. The most difficult part is getting the leads, right? Getting the prospects. So once you get them, you can keep them and manage them on CRM anywhere. And that's linked to Sage Intacct anyway, so you can exchange data anytime that is needed. Yes, please.
I know you mentioned that CRM Anywhere can make phone calls and text messages. Will
Yes.
you kind of keep like a log of those calls and text messages that were made to kind of like go back and revisit?
I'm going to ask a great question. I didn't mention it actually. Yes. So all these calls are transcribed. So all these transcript calls listed in the system. So we can have the conversation about what we're talking about, the clients will be there. You'll also have the additional of what number called, when was the call, you'll have that call information as well. And let's remember, these are generic calls, every single call is tied to a contact. So contact by contact, these calls and interactions, calls, emails, SMS text messages, they're all listed in the CRM anyway, contact by contact. So if I'm one of your contacts, say on the lead, when you pull up my name, you'll see what you'll be talking about with me and via what channel, is it phone or email, you'll see all the conversation linked to me in the system. So very handy. In a way, that's a corporate memory that you can create and manage. And just like to Cantor's point, there is data that we have to all manage, right? That's customer data. And it is there, recorded. Boom. You know, it's SaaS and you can access it there. Yes, please.
Those transcriptions, they're searchable?
They are searchable, correct. They are searchable. They are searchable by contact and by context as well. Yes, please.
So companies that are running multiple entities in Intact, is it a one-to-one ratio? So do you need a CRM instance for each company you're running in Intact?
That's a great question as well. I will cover that. So the CRM anywhere is also multi-company, similar to Sage Intacct. So this is actually what you just mentioned is very common. So some of our clients, they're a contractor, they also have a real estate company, they also have a landscape company, roofing company, they separate. This is very common practice. The similar setup that we have in Sage Intacct can also be made on the CRM anywhere as well. So it's a multi-company, multi-currency system, similar to Sage Intacct. So we definitely welcome that setup. That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Because I didn't cover it. Any other questions? Well,
I have one more off of his searching. Can you go into search by transcript for like a keyword across all contacts?
so the searches are entity by entity.
Okay.
So once you create the entity, the information is completely separate. So the search will be within that entity only.
Okay. So if I want to see like who was I talking with about Intact the other day, or who was I talking to about change orders, I can't just type in like change orders, for example, and bring me all my conversations.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. Any other questions? Great questions. Thank you so much.
How does it integrate? How difficult is it to integrate these products in?
So yes, so the integration is done with the technical term APIs, as we all know. That is the technical part. The most important part is how you like these two systems to work. So we are able to design the integration model as needed, but the integration fundamentally is seamless. Any customer that you create on Sage Intacct, for example, goes to CRM anywhere immediately. And this integration frequency can also be set. You know, you can search data instantly, once a day, couple of hours in a day, once a week. That's really up to you. And the licensing model is also separate from Sage Intacct as well. So the Sage Intacct customers and CRM anywhere customers or SMS anywhere customers, they are separate. That doesn't require double licensing. Good. Well, so I think we have questions for you, right? So I think it's our turn.
Is anybody using like any type of scheduling software? Because there's no using Smarter, Advanced. And one thing that Kevin showed on the screen is AI scheduling. And I don't know if I recall what he was saying is that he can take and analyze the schedule and give you the best schedule that can go through. So from a GC standpoint, if you have problems with subcontractors not showing up on the project when they're supposed to be there, or if you're a subcontractor and you're trying to manage all these different projects, you can use the scheduling application, which is Advanced Planning and Project Scheduling, to kind of show exactly what is the best path as it's AI driven, to see exactly what's the best schedule that we can put together and give you different schedules at different times. Because the last thing you want to do is you have somebody who's supposed to be there and all of a sudden they're not there, you're anticipating, guess what that does? It shows it slows it down. So really it's more of a Gantt chart of being able to schedule, move days, calendar days, work days, to help contractors to be able to keep their budget, their projects within the schedule. Now, it's not one thing to go over costs, but then there's another thing to go over time. If anybody's done any type of remodeling or had anything done in a home, it's always like, hey, this is how much it's gonna cost you, and the project is never done when they say it's gonna get done. So the event scheduling is designed to keep that project, when you say it's gonna be done, it's gonna be done. To take away days, if you need to add days, that's what the event scheduling tool
All right, so some of the questions from us. So we have these beautiful T-shirts that we like to give away, if it's okay. So, in terms of
So earlier we talked about how many contractors, everybody remember how many contractors? There's 69,296 contractors since 2001. Does anybody remember how many contractors failed in the first 3 years?
85%?
That's total in the last 20 years, but how many failed within the first 3 years? Over 50%.
Winner.
Who is the winner? Who gets the t-shirt?
Well, then I had to find out. And my next question was, and you all already got that one. Since 2001, 83% of contractors have failed. What's the reason why? Failure to track the data. That is the number one thing.
Who answered it? Okay, perfect.
Failure to track the data. If you cannot track the data and be able to structure how much it costs to carry on our revenue, then how are we able to be able to be profitable and continue to stay ahead of the costs?
All right, well, mine is very simple. So we like to, wear our t-shirts, they're a little beautiful, you can wear them as well. So is CNMA AI powered or not?
Yes.
Yes, okay, another t-shirt for you, I think that's very good. Okay, do you want to ask one question? Okay, well, alright, so let's see. Is quality assurance anywhere designed for OSHA compliance or reporting? Is a yes or no?
Yes.
Alright, who answered it? Oh, we have many t-shirts on the side. Alright, so I think t-shirts go this way, so that's good. Well, do you have another question before we end the session? I think we are coming out of time. Alright, thank you so much. Can I say any final words?
Thank you all.
Alright, thank you so much. Thank you.
interested in